Pretty. Whoa. Whoa. I've always wanted one of these. Little pillows entertain me. Oh well. I mean, I have a sugar glider plush. I really like how the wolf pillow here looks. Maybe I can find one on sale on eBay. I don't buy from eBay, but you know. Oh hey, I have popcorn. Yeah, I ended up clicking that and got popcorn. Wait, I can make more pets and I can put outfits on all me pets. Okay, we'll go back to my den and switch it back to my Christmas den. Because I had a thing set up for fall. I might have had multiple ones that were set up. But because that one was the main fall one, I was like, I'll use the barn because the barn just makes more sense to have for fall than the stupid solar arcade, right? And I have a spooky castle. Let's see what I can buy though. Only a few days left on that. Wait, well, I already have that for my other account. Mm. Oh no! No! Don't take away Greeley's hideout! No! I don't want to lose that! Well, I have one, but still, it's like, I should take this one away. Hey, wait, why does this one look different than the other ones I had? It's I'm so sad. They're taking it away. No. Oh well. Back to my this one. I really like sharks. I also like octopus, but to a certain degree. Like, I find tiny ones cute, but they can be also very terrifying because a three-ringed octopus, instant death to me, basically. I don't know to anyone else. I mean, some people have resistance to whatever is in their beak, so they kind of peck you, and that goes through your system. It's not. exactly poison, because it's more like a venom, but, you know, it's not exactly a bite, it's a peck, so slightly different. Kind of like a sting versus a bite. Oh well. Point being is, three-ringed octopus are dangerous. Or was it cuttlefish? Cuttlefish are kind of like a squid, and cuttlefish can be dangerous to certain species. You won't instantly die from them. So that was a misconception of mine a long time ago. I thought they were deadly. I mean, they are really cute though. And, all this time I thought they were super deadly, but, that might not be the case. So it might be okay to approach them. I thought they were just, well, if you are allergic to them, they are extremely deadly. Let's put it that way. I might actually be allergic to cuttlefish, though. Because all this time I thought they were super deadly, and that's, like, I just have a brief memory. Memories are such a fickle thing. But, a lot of cute things can be very deadly. So it's like cute in appearance, but, very lethal. And a lot of things can change their appearance to look like something else sometimes. It's kind of terrifying when you think about it. We're currently in a time and space where humans can artificially change themselves to look into different things, like be things that they aren't. And who's to say other species of animals haven't created something much more superior than us? There's nothing saying they couldn't have. I mean, there's no evidence of other super intelligence that we, well, there's crows, for example, but a lot of people think, birds are not very intelligent because they don't have the same structure of brain. But just because something has a different structure in brain and, you know, a lot of things are different between us, doesn't mean the animal itself is dumb. It can be very highly intelligent, and just because it doesn't have hands and can't write things down in a notebook. How many people even use notebooks? How many people just, tappity tappity on a computer? How many people write things down? How many people, are very intelligent? Like, who's the smartest person on earth, at this point? Comparing the smartest person on earth to the dumbest person on earth, I don't know who in the world would want to claim to be the dumbest person on the world. I mean, I'm pretty dumb at times, but, the difference between something claiming to be smart but being stupid is that someone smart will most likely consider themselves to not be the smartest in the room. They'll always acknowledge that there's someone who has more intellect in something than they do. Because, someone can know something all about cheese. I don't know everything about cheese. Someone else might know, thousands of things of cheese. Somebody might have a spectacular thing in cooking. Other people will have their thing in more scientific science, like chemistry. I mean, chemistry and baking, I guess, are not too different, but in chemistry, you need to be more exact with different chemicals than you are with cooking. Then there's baking, and there's each different subcategories among them. So everyone has their times when they're really smart in something, and sometimes they will completely forget a subject that they used to know. I used to know a lot of piano. Now I can't even remember the bass chords. What were the bass chords? What are the black keys? There are white keys and then there are the black keys. The top keys, was it sharp or major or flat? Oh, it's asking if I'm still playing. I'm gonna hit OK. Let's do a shark game. But my point being is, we are not the smartest intelligence around here. Or, I know a lot of people will be like, oh, she's so stupid, she don't know what she's talking about. And now I'm gonna pretend to be stupid, more stupid than I am. I mean, I know I'm not the smartest here. We all know I'm not the smartest here. We all know I'm kind of, I don't have much of a brain. My brain is designed different than other people's brains. So, I guess out of the room, it doesn't mean I'm stupid. It just means I have a different brain. I work differently. So there are moments when I will think something that's incredibly smart. But there are also times when I will completely misunderstand something and misinterpret something. Sometimes I will be confused as an apple on a fish hook. That's is the word idiom or metaphor? Basically, what I am saying is something confused as a apple on a fish hook. It's basically meaning, something, very confusing is just happening, someone that's super confused. Why would an apple be on a fish hook? It's like, why am I on this fish hook? What is this? What are you doing? This is insane. But the fish hook's trying to capture a pig for some reason. And the fish hook isn't even a fish hook. It's a stick. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. Let me get a white shark out of here. Get me one, please. Please. No. What are words when we really think about it? It's a form of communication that we use. Words are just there to bring us closer together, to understand what each other mean. And sometimes I'll be completely out of the loop on something that everyone else is in. Now, when I was in school, people didn't make... Oh, hee hee, I got a white one! Okay, so I was talking about how back in the time when I was in school, how I used to kind of have people that would make fun of me, but it wasn't for how my hair looked, how my jeans looked, how my shirt looked, or whatever I wore. People didn't make fun of all that. No. What they made fun of was how I spoke, how I tried to speak, how I, my thought process. And maybe sometimes it was about how I looked, but it was always about how I spoke. How sometimes my speech impediment would have me messing up on my words, and how sometimes my words would just, pause, and, they took advantage of the fact of me having bad memory issues and stuff like that as well. And that was not cool. But it is what it is. It's not like we can change any of that now. Even still today, people will pick up on when you have difficulty speaking, and they'll make fun of it. And that stuff gets kind of annoying. Like, you'd be trying to talk about, something that's a very complicated thing, and, they just constantly interrupt you to make it even worse, to where you're like, you're pausing and it's just difficult to say what's on your mind, and you just say, fuck it, never mind. Because people will interrupt you, your own thoughts interrupt you, so that's a problem enough. But then people doing every 5 seconds to just, mess you up, like, from the back, that just ain't cool. And that stuff gets annoying real quick. And they didn't make fun of my appearance ever. That was the thing they left alone, right? Well, for the most part, except for my yellow teeth. My teeth would be like yellow, even though I had brushed them that day. I brushed them quite frequently back then. Back when I was going to school, but when I stopped going to school, I decided to, brush them less. I would do mouthwash quite often, too, though. And I used to eat a lot of candy. I also used to bite doors. But that was a really long time ago. I bit doors, I bit handles, I bit tables, I bit milk jugs, but then I had to stab milk jugs as a joke in one thing that I made. I stabbed one instead of biting into it, because back in the day I probably would have been able to bite into that, but I can't now. And the things I bit into growing up is insane. I mean, I had rock candy, and then there was also the candies that looked exactly like rocks. I think people can hear me from a different room. I might be yelling. My hearing's a bit broken. Maybe I should have a TV on. Oh wait, I can't have a TV on while recording YouTube. Well, sorry for waking up at 3 a.m. in the morning. After going to sleep at like 11 at midnight. I mean, not midnight. 11 p.m. After being up for 27 hours. And then some. Yeah, I was up for a very long time, and then I took a couple of hours to sleep. And my legs were hurting, and I couldn't walk very well at that point in time. So I laid down when my legs just, they hurt so much by the time I laid down in this bed. They were doing bad cramps. It was a very extreme cramp pain. Water helps a lot with cramps. I'm putting this in here for that. Okay, so this one's for 25 diamonds. I should lower this one again. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna lower this one again, because I think I set that one at the wrong price in the first place. So here we go with that one. And yeah, I'm gonna have that. I originally had this as 1 diamond, but I switched it to gems. That many gems, a lot of gems. And then these here, originally the ones, they kind of cost like 5 diamonds originally. And then they start not costing that many, so I just, I put them for 4. But you know what? I'm gonna set this one for 3. Then I have these here. And then I need to probably set out more things. And I know a lot of people are like, why don't you put that on sale? You have a few of those, blah, 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 blah. Just a different color. Well, maybe I need that color. I don't know. Stop trying to make me get rid of things I don't want to get rid of. I already have that problem of where I can only have 1,000 items. I wish Animal Jam would change that and make it where we could have 5,000 items. 5,000, clothing items, and maybe 5,000 den items as well. Because I think we have 2,000 den items that we can have, and 1,000 here, so let's just, multiply this one by, times 5, so 5 times 1,000 is 5,000. This game's been around for 15 years. I could ask them to multiply the thing by 15, but that would be insane at that point. Who in the world would have 50? Somebody who has maybe 20 accounts would have that many, but I don't have that many accounts. I have 3. So between those 3 accounts, I would have 3,000 amount to be able to collect. But I log into them every now and then, and only have membership on 1 account now. I want more space for items to, yeah. I'm gonna see if I have any bonnets. How many I have of those. Okay, so I have that one, and then I have this rare bonnet, and I don't know which one I would. Actually, I do. I might want to keep that one for a cute little role play where I play as the child. Go go gaga. Yeah, I know. It's kind of weird. But roleplay is roleplay. And I don't dress up as a baby in real life. Yeah, I should make that clear now. I don't do that in real life. I might put on ears and a tail and other things, but I'm not gonna grab a baby bonnet in real life and be goo goo gaga. No, that's unless I'm playing for a specific part in a movie and that's required of me, I'm not doing it. And I'm which one here would better fit, for that bit? But then again, really? Well, okay then. Oh no! Technical difficulties. Let me just, Wait, rug screen. Okay, I hear the microwave, so that means someone's, like, already up. Like, I didn't wake them up. They're hungry and awake. Or maybe I did, but I don't care. Well, I do care to a certain extent, but I have a life too. I'm back. I am someone who gets easily distracted. What was I doing? I think. Oh, yeah, I was debating what to put in there. The bonnet could be, the other one could be, like, for an old lady part. You know, like, we're all playing as a elderly lady. So maybe I shouldn't get rid of either. Shit. Yeah, I just now realized the Animal Jam music has been on in the background, which I usually have it turned off. Yeah, this is probably gonna get a copyright. But it won't get a strike because, like, this is, I forget what it's called. Okay, I'm gonna end